Hello guys, welcome to new tutorial where we will be creating a currency converter app, right? And recently I have posted another tutorial in which you can see the live TV, and please check that out. And at the same time, as for this tutorial, we will be working on a currency converter app, and this is the website that you can visit to get your own API key. And this is going to be our URL where, for example, we can write euro and like pound. So we have two currencies, right? From one currency we want to go into another currency. So this is the URL that is going to look like, and you can get your API key from here. Okay, so without a further ado, let's just get right into creating a new project, and we can name it as okay, let's name it as currency converter, and let's build it. We need, like, obviously we need retrofit to fetch the JSON response, and we need, like, yeah, so that's what we will be using. And I will try to use MVVM architecture in this, and like always I have built another project of mine because I already have the layouts and everything and the drawables, so for that I'll just copy it from my other project. And yeah, so because, like, it's up to us that what kind of what currencies we want to include, and I will be including some currencies as this is like being built. Okay, so first of all I'll just copy some of the flags here in the drawables, and yeah. And let's just wait for it to be built first. So looks like our project still is building. So I will copy these images here, such as, like, we need the currency of Australia, so we want to represent it with the flag. Okay, so that is why I've got flags here. And the currency converter, like, I will make some packages first, so we can name it as UI, and we can make another package and name it as MVVM, and we can make another package as service for retrofit. And first and foremost, let's just enable the internet. Okay, and close this. Let's create one more file and name it as utils. Here we are going to put our constant this URL currency, and const base, API key. Okay, I'll leave that for now, and we will create a fragment called currency converter. Or should we do this in the Okay, let's just create one. Currency converter. And let's just go to, and we need the view model as well, right? So I'll type currency repository and currency view model and currency view model factory. Okay, and we would just going to name it as service and retrofit instance. Okay, looks like our files are done, and okay, we need some of the dependencies, and I'm going to put them here and explain it to you as well. So this is for the fetching retrofit, like this we need for fetching the JSON response, and retrofit is a library that helps us to fetch the data from an API. And this is for the serialization, such as like because we are getting the response from an API. So that is why to get the response from the fields and deserialize the objects, we need this. And we need the Kotlin coroutines as well. That can help us to do all this on the background thread. That is why we will be using the suspend functions. Okay, and 2 or 3 more things we will be doing is that we have to enable data binding as well, because we will be using two-way data binding. Okay, we can just say true, I think. And here we have to id Kotlin parcelize, id Kotlin capped. Okay, and yeah, in here I think we don't need something here, but we'll know once we run the app. So okay, now we have to create obviously a navigation graph, because we are using Fragment. Okay, and let's just close all for now, and I will be putting the URL that I showed you earlier in the utils file. Let's wait for it to be built. Go in here, and this is our base URL and API key currency. This is my API key, don't use it. Uh, this is only for learning purposes. Obviously you can generate your own, but obviously this is not a complete URL. There is, like, we have to add like from currency we want to convert it to, right? So that part comes in the service. uh, yeah, so we'll do that. And as I'm here in no particular order, I'll just clean this as well. Okay, got it. So now we have got the dependencies, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what we have to do is, let's go to, yeah, first we'll work on the main activity where I'm going to host my fragment. Okay, we have got this. And on the navigation graph, I can just simply go because we have one fragment only. So that is going to be our home fragment. Okay, we have got this here. And this should be visible here. Let's just change it to linear layout. Got it. So now for the currency converter, I already have the layout, so I'm just going to put it there. And do note that it's my layout, so it's not copied from somewhere. And I can explain what is happening here. So intercurrency one, and I'm just going to, yeah, in the hint section. Okay, and we have to correct the name of this currency converter. Yeah, and this is like country VM. Country VM, yeah. Sorry, currency VM. Okay, and now obviously we have a spinner here. If you see here, so we have to create uh, the design of it, right? That how, where is the image, and where do we have the currency text, such as for United States dollar is USD, right? So we want to create that as well. So I'm just going to simply create, or just get my file from my another project, spinner layout. And in this one, obviously, it's just nothing fancy. It's simple linear layout that is going to show. Okay, euro is like, I can change the image here maybe. So for example, if it's euro, then EUR is going to be displayed right next to it. Nothing much like explanation needed for this. And if I go back to my currency converter layout, I want to show you like what is this. So this is like data binding, and I have been doing this in my many tutorials, and I always use this. So here I'm going to use two-way data binding. And how is that done? So what is this doing? Is it's like the reason you are seeing error because obviously I have not defined it. If I remove this, that means it is just going to be used to display the value on onto text. Okay,
But if I add an equal sign, that means not only can I set the value, but I can also get the value of the spinner. Whatever value we enter, we can get it. If I remove this, then we cannot get it. We can only set the value on it. So remember that this is called two-way data binding. And the reason we are seeing the error because we have to define mutable live data string our view model. So that's the simple thing that is happening, right? So we are done with our layouts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link, put it in here, and obviously it's not going to be always like euro and Great Britain pound, but it's just for the demonstration purposes what I'm trying to show you. So I'll find my API key where and I have pasted it somewhere in the utils. So let's just add that and see what is the response that we get. Okay, this is what we have got. So this is the rate that we are getting. Conversion rate is this. Okay. And time and everything, right? So what I'll just do is I'll copy this and I'm going to create model, right? And in that one we can just work on this. So let's just I have copied that, and in Android Studio we have one plugin, and you can see if you have not installed it. So if we go to, I think if we go to the settings and we search for it, like we can just go to plugins and we say JSON Kotlin, this one. I have already installed it, right? So I'm just not going to bother with it. You can install this, and whenever you have the JSON response, you can just copy it like this to create an automatic model. This is what I'm trying to get at. So we can just name this as model, and if I click new, then this is where I'm seeing that option, and I will paste it. And currency model, right? I can generate, and if I do this, then it would already have this generated for me. So this is what these are the fields, right, that we are getting. Now I will just go to the service and create a service for it. So get is something defined by the retrofit HTTP, and get annotation stands for that. Okay, we are uh, like get the data from an API, right? So v6, just follow me like what I'm doing. And if I go to utils, okay, and v6 utils API key, pair from country or from currency to currency. The Fed fund get currency. Now here we define the path annotation, because the reason we are using path is might be difficult for you to understand. It's like these values are going to change, right? And these values are part of the URL itself, right? If you see here, euro and Great Britain pound are the part of the URL, right? So that is why we need to, like, we are just making a placeholder. So this is just a placeholder where we will be entering those values dynamically, right, from our spinner. So that is why we have to include it as a part of the URL. I hope that makes sense. Okay, path to currency. To currency, we can take it from here and string. And what are we going to do is response retrofit currency uh, model. Okay, got it. So we have made our service successfully. Now it's time to make, and this is quite a boilerplate type of a code, but I'm just going to type it anyway. Private val retrofit retrofit by lazy. We can log the HTTP response, whether it's successful or not. HTTP login interceptor logging dot set level HTTP logging interceptor dot level body, whatever the body of the response is login. Well, client, okay, HTTP client builder, add interceptor and build. So whenever we are fetching the data, it would log the data as well. So we can scan it for potential errors. What is the base URL? Utils. Obviously, base URL we already have it. And if you need this repository, then you would have to, email me. I'll provide my email, and it would be $50 for this repository. Val API currency by lazy retrofit dot create service. Now we will be referring to this one, this variable that we have defined to fetch the retrofit response, JSON response. So we pretty much have everything. Now all we have got to do is to go to the repository and write another function, suspend fun, get currency. We can just name it from string to string retrofit instance that we have created. API currency, get currency from to. Okay, let's go to view model. And here we are going to first of all extend it. Obviously, this is taking a repository, so currency repo, because this view model constructor has an argument, that is why it's best practice to use uh, the view model factory, right? And also at the same time, if you remember, in our currency converter, we are getting and setting data here, right? Dynamically by using data binding. So we have to currency one, we have to define it here. So that error will also go away. Mutable live data types and currency two. Okay, that's great. Now we are going to type a function get currency, no, convert currency um, from to, and this is going to be done on background thread. Val response repository, we have already written a function in our repository. We just came from there, if you see here, and we will refer to this function in our view model. If you are wondering like where did this come from. Okay, get from repo, we can say. Okay, response is get from repo dot body. Well, amount to convert. So currency one is like we want to convert from, right? We want to convert from double or null, else zero if there is no currency, right? If get from repo is successful, val from so what do we need is here is conversion rate. So whatever, yeah, I can explain right now. So for example, whatever the conversion rate is, let's say $1 is equals 15 euros, right? $1 equals 15 euros. I'll just write, say that's crazy example, but 1 USD equals 10 euros, okay? So what do we want? If I want to know how would be 10 USD in euros, right? What I would simply do is I will conversion rate that I have, I will multiply my amount that, right? So 10 multiplied by, oh, if I want to know $100 is conversion rate, $100 conversion rate of euro, then I would get the amount of euro in the end, right? That how much my currency from is going to be in that two when I multiply it with conversion rate. So this is what I have done. Okay, so currency to post value. So once the user like selects the currency, we add a new value that from like the first currency was this much and now the second currency is that much. That is what we want to show. Okay, now that's done and we will create view model factory. That is just a simple boilerplate code and okay, wall repo, currency repo, view model provider dot factory, and override fun. If model class dot is assignable from Java, return currency VM as repository. If not, then throw an exception. Okay, that's That's done, and we are going to go to our currency converter, and here obviously we have to view model, currency, view model, and also we have to, because we have enabled data binding, so I'm going to get fragment, currency, no, binding. Okay, I think the data binding was not enabled in here, so I have to go back in here and see the issue. Yeah, I think that's not the correct way to define this expression is unused. So let's just see what is the issue in here. I think I'm forgetting something. Mm, okay, build features it is. Data binding is okay. Now let's sync the project, and I think our stuff is going to be like working. So yeah, this is the last part of um, last file where we have to work, right? Okay, and currency converter, we're just going to now private late init binding fragment. Yeah, currency converter binding. So I'm just going to okay, let's just import this and return binding dot root on view created, and let's just well repo currency repo. Okay, and view model, view model provider. This and currency view model factory. It's going to take repository in get Java. Okay, and now here we have to obviously we have to set the view model variable here. This is very important, and lifecycle owner is view lifecycle owner. And the reason why this is crucial is because otherwise our two-way data binding won't work, because we have added variable here, right? This variable is here. So that is why we have to set it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, obviously I have added some currencies that I have already, and we will create a list, right? That we need a list of currencies that we want to display in our spinner. So I'm just going to mm, yeah, I think there is one problem. Okay, so we need one more model, currency spinner model. And here what I'm going to do is, because our spinner is going to take val symbol, oh sorry, val code, val flag. Okay, this is our spinner model, right? That these are the three things that we want to include in here. So we'll go back to our currency converter, and I'm going to create one in front of you, and then I'll just paste the rest. So just to give you an idea that, okay, currency items, list of currency spinner model. Now what it's going to take? It's going to take symbol. So let's say you, and we'll just take the flag from here. So this is what it's going to look like, that this is the symbol, this is the USD, and we will just replicate this. So now we have created the list of these models, right? And this is basically a list, but we will pass this to spinner adapter and we will be seeing our, oh wow. So these are the currencies that I have added. If you want, you can add more, but you need to know these, that you are putting it exactly right. Okay, and that's it. So now we'll just create, like, Android comes with the spinner adapter, right? We have to create one. Yeah, we have to create one. Yeah, let's just create one adapter here, spinner adapter. Oh no. Android usually comes with the spinner adapter, but obviously we have this customized list. So it does not only have text, but it has image. So we have to, no choice but to create our own custom adapter. Okay, and let's just get this and spinner adapter. Okay, and let's just pass context and some more things in the constructor. Private val currencies, because this is taking, just like we create a recycler view, it's going to work like that. Yeah, so the model is here, and array adapter currency spinner model, and context resources is 0, and we are going to pass currencies here. Yes, spinner and okay. So this is what we have done, and here what we are going to do is get view. Well, currency item, get item position. Well, view, convert, view, layout inflator from context, inflate. Yeah, here we are just going to simply the layout that we have created here, spinner layout, we are going to refer to it. Parent false. Okay. Well, text view currency name, view find view by ID. Oh, we have to type this to let it know the type of spinner currency text. Well, image view flag, view find view by ID, and that is an image view. Spinner flag. I really hate to import it again and again. Yeah, let text view currency name, text it's it, code, image view flag, set image resource, it dot flag ref, and return the view. Okay, and now we'll get drop down, and I think we are almost done with this. Let's go and get this adapter initialized as well in our uh, fragment. Driver late init adapter, or we can name it as spinner adapter. And spinner adapter is going to take a lot of things in, right? Oh, yeah, here. So it is taking context in, spinner 1, spinner adapter, and it is taking the list of currencies, right? Same thing for the spinner 2. Okay, and now we can just say binding spinner currency 1, adapter is spinner 1. Um, and same thing for the binding currency 2, spinner 2. Now obviously here, once this gets selected, then what needs to happen is that there we have to write on item selected listener, an object, adapter view on item selected listener. Okay, and let's just implement members. On nothing selected is just, we'll just leave that as it is. On item selected, we are just going to go and work on that. Okay, val selected currency, spinner one, whatever the value is in, whatever the flag and code is selected, and pass that code as well to the URL. Yeah, that we have to do. So view is integer is a position, right? So I'm just going to change it as position so we don't get confused. Position, and we have to define these two: convert from, convert to, because this is what we are getting from the spinner as well, that whatever like user has selected, let's say user has selected USA, so give me the code of that and put it into the view model function that we have, and that puts the view model function into the repository function that we have, and that repository function puts those value to the API service that we have created. So see, everything is lining up. Convert from selected currency code. See, I told you it's going to be code. Global scope, launch, view model, convert currency, convert from, convert to. Okay. And we are going to do the same for let's just get it. It's going to be same for the spinner currency too as well. Currency to, okay, and lastly, once we hit the binding convert button, we want the same thing to happen as well. Okay, I will run the app and see what happens. And there is one issue in this code, that instead of get drop down view, we have to return get view. And now I will rerun the app to see. Although internet is not working, so we might not get the response, but I want to just see if the views and everything is working. And once I reconnect the internet, then I can just show you what is the, what do we like see. Okay, so our spinner is like just going broke again and again. This is the issue, and instead of like, let's just remove the super as well. Okay, now let's try. Okay, I hope this time it works. Yes, so we can select the currency, and you see like these things are working well. So obviously right now there is no internet, so and obviously we have not written any code that can help to check that if there is internet or not, so that is why it crashed, but no worries with that. For the spinner issue, what was happening, we have fixed it already. Okay, and let me just reconnect the internet and then I will rerun the app. Okay, so maybe I can just give it a hotspot, I guess. Let's just wait for the internet to come now. Okay, so the internet is back and our app is running. So let's try $12 is how much in, let's say, Australian dollars. So it says $18. If we can check the 12 Great Britain pound in Australian dollar is how much, it's 22 pounds. If 22 rupees Pakistani, 12 rupees is 0.06 Australian dollars. And if I can change it to USD here, maybe, yeah, USD. Okay, and if we have uh, 12 dirhams, then how much it is in the US dollar. So it's working perfectly fine. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked this video and you can subscribe, and if you want the repository you can contact me via email. I can sell it to you. So I will see you in the next one.